Welcome to Leading Thoughts from LeadingAge, New Jersey. I'm Michelle Kent, President and CEO of LeadingAge, New Jersey. We represent and advocate on behalf of nonprofit, mission-driven nursing homes, assisted living facilities, continuing care retirement communities, subsidized housing, and myriad other services and programs for the elderly across the state. This is one of an ongoing series of conversations that we have to enhance the quality of life for seniors across New Jersey. Today, I'm fortunate to have with us Steve Lee, who's the Director of the New Jersey Division of Consumer Affairs. Welcome, Steve.
Thank you very much for having me.
It's our pleasure. It's a little tough to get on your very, very busy schedule, but I'm glad we finally got there. So why we wanted to talk specifically to you today has to do with this wonderful new toolkit that the division developed, I think close to a year, coming up on a year ago. I don't know if all the components were done by then, but it's a toolkit that, as I understand it, is designed specifically to help consumers, but senior consumers, avoid scams, correct?
That's right. Yeah, we found that in 2015, we spent a lot of time going to senior centers, speaking to seniors about fraud issues, and we found that many seniors just needed a basic understanding of what scams were, and they needed kind of a way to respond to them. And we don't know any seniors that haven't been barraged with phone calls from people looking to take their money for one thing or the other. So we really wanted to create educational material so that they could have something that they could see in front of them or see on the bulletin board of a senior center or a place like your organization, so that they could educate themselves and get the tools they need to avoid being defrauded.
Well, it seems to me scammers are getting more and more clever. I don't know if that's accurate, but certainly all of us, seniors or not, are getting scammed more and more. Perhaps it has to do with technology, I'm not sure. But when I looked up your toolkit, clearly it was so comprehensive. I have to tell you, I was just extremely impressed. And before we go into its various components, I wonder if you could tell us what the antecedents to this, why it was developed. I mean, I understand. But when and what the germ of thinking was to develop this particular tool.
Sure, absolutely. We found that from speaking with seniors that seniors were being approached by the fraudsters in various different ways. Some people were getting emails, those who use computers. People were getting mailings. People were getting, obviously, many phone calls. Sometimes people were getting people that were posing as contractors or kind of members of their utilities to come to their door and try to scam them in person.
Right.
And so what we tried to do is we tried to address every single type of way that a senior could be approached by a scammer. And we also tried to give the seniors tips on how to avoid these scams.
Well, that's what I love about the toolkit. When I downloaded it the other day, there's computer scams, door-to-door scams, mail scams, phone scams, et cetera, et cetera. So you really do touch on the gamut of potential types of ways people can be scammed.
That's definitely what we tried to do.
Yeah.
We tried to kind of discuss some of the more simple scams, the door-to-door scams, but we also tried to discuss some of the scams that took place over the computer or by phone. And as you mentioned, the scammers are becoming more and more sophisticated, so much so that oftentimes they can avoid law enforcement because they may be calling from overseas or using technologies to avoid detection. So we really felt like education is the best tool we can give, and that's something that we tried to do.
Yeah, interesting. And I see that you also produce these real-time fraud alerts. Could you talk a minute about what they are?
Absolutely. What we are trying to do is kind of leverage the network of people that work with seniors, that deal with senior issues, and even the seniors themselves, to try to create what we call real-time fraud alerts. And essentially what those are email blasts to anyone who wants to be on our mailing list. We have a network of senior workers, social workers. I think you may be on the list yourself. And what we try to do is send alerts as close to real time as possible. If we hear about a scam happening in Ocean County, we want to let everybody in Bergen County and Monmouth County and other counties know that this is a scam that's actually taking place, that it's actually happening. It's victimizing seniors in one part of New Jersey. And so we want everyone else in the rest of the state to be aware. And so we try to pull information that's reported from our network. We try to pull information from the media or that we hear over our complaint line. And we try to just spread it out as widely as possible. We find that if you send an email, it won't reach seniors necessarily. If we just put something on our website, that may not be good enough. So that's why we're trying to target people that work with seniors, so that they can put it on bulletin boards, or you can give it as a handout, or you can leave it door to door, so that as many seniors as possible in the state get access to these alerts.
I understand the multi-pronged effort really has the greatest likelihood of reaching people. And you're right, we find some scamming group moves through a community, with whatever they're trying to do. And this helps you pinpoint where the messaging is too, I would think. So it's tremendously valuable as far as I'm concerned. Tell us how we can help you. LeadingAge represents about 135 organizations serving seniors. How can we partner with you to help get this word out?
Yeah, LeadingAge is a tremendous organization. There's so many resources. And so I think working with you can be a great opportunity in spreading the fraud alerts out to your network, because we do try to have as up-to-date information as possible, but also just continuing to just bang on the door of fraud prevention. I think that's something that you already do, and we really appreciate the invitation to speak to you, because we want to get the message out as widely as possible, and just make sure that people know that a lot of times law enforcement, when they get involved, it's too late.
Yeah.
The money has already left your pocket. The scammers have already run away, and oftentimes they're scamming you from overseas. But if we have education, and that education can be spread throughout the senior community by your organization and your seniors, that will be truly meaningful, because we at the state, we can't do it ourselves. We need the seniors themselves to be spreading the word to their friends, to their family members, and to others that they know.
So how does just an individual find the toolkit? How do you get to it?
Every single part of our toolkit is available online, and our website is njconsumeraffairs.gov. It's very easy to find on our website. So every single aspect of our toolkit can be found, as well as every fraud alert. So if you're looking for fraud alerts from the past, those are going to be available on our website. Or you can always, if an organization or a social worker or a person or a senior, you don't check the internet, you don't use the computer that much, you can always just call us. And you just reach out to us. And who are they
calling? People who don't know the bureaucracy well.
Yeah, they're calling the Division of Consumer Affairs. They can reach us, and really, they can call our complaint line, which is on our website, and I can provide to you as well. And they can just ask for the materials, and what we'll do is we'll mail it to you. So we want the materials to get out in any way possible, and we know a lot of seniors may not use the computer or may not use email that often.
Well, they're becoming much more computer savvy.
And the fraudsters know that too, unfortunately.
Good point, I think this tool, though, I have to tell you the truth, when I read through it all, it's good for all of us to read. It's
a good reminder.
It certainly is that. Before we conclude, I wanted, Steve, I hope you're not embarrassed by this, but when I read the press release that your office put out, you're quoted here, and if I may, I'm going to read that quote. It's short. Financial fraud doesn't just cheat senior citizens out of their money. It robs them of their dignity and sense of security. And that really resonated as someone who's been in human services all of her life, that broader emotional impact that it has, aside from, we know, the assets walking out the door, a good hunk of them. So on behalf of LeadingAge and all of our members, I want to thank you, your office, the Attorney General. Kudos for this very, very worthwhile undertaking. We're delighted to have it.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. So, thank you for watching this. Please feel free to share the broadcast with any and all people. I am Michelle Kent, as I said, LeadingAge New Jersey. If you'd like to find out more about our organization, our website is leadingagenj.org, or you can visit us at Twitter at LeadingAgeNJ. Thank you so much and have a good day.